Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Um, Mr. Spencer, did I hear correctly that you're going to have 2 officers for that entire encampment if you're not authorized to have more people?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. We actually only have 2 officers currently on duty at any given time there. So it's not for the encampment. That's for our day-to-day operations.
So if there's an encampment and if there's not, you're not provided more security, you're going to have 2 officers?
Correct.
Ms. Williams, I think I heard you say that what is going on is not humane and not ethical. Did I hear you correct in your testimony?
Yes, you did.
Ms. Areola, did I hear you say you want the lease revoked?
I think that the lease should never have been signed, never should have been offered, never should have been asked for. It is a national federal park, yes.
So should this committee, which has jurisdiction, if we can do this, should we revoke that, that lease?
I believe you should.
Mr. Chairman, I think this committee should take a look at the possibility of doing this because it's clearly not in the interests of New Yorkers. Ms. Acer, do you support the Floyd Bennett lease?
Yes, Congress member. Actually, I explained earlier that I am not an expert on national parks or the legal system overseeing it, so I'm going to restrict my comments to the areas of my expertise.
Did the minority tell you about what you were going to be testifying in regards to here today? Because it is about the Floyd Bennett lease.
Yeah, I was asked to come to speak about real solutions to addressing the challenges that we face at the border and in our major cities as we receive people seeking asylum and migrants.
So, Mr. Chairman, real interesting. They do not send anyone. The administration doesn't send anyone to testify at this hearing. And then it's almost like there's a bait and switch that went on here with Ms. Acer. She knows what she wants to testify on, but it's not on the subject that's before us in regards to the Floyd Bennett lease. Before I comment on that, Ms. Acer, you said in your written testimony you had that we need to do what's humane and morally right. Do you think what's going on with fentanyl across our country is humane and morally right?
Just thank you very much, Congress member. I think that it's probably at this point pretty well known from all the fact checking that fentanyl, which is absolutely disastrous, comes primarily in through ports of entry.
Yeah, so I would just correct you on that. That is incorrect. And I would urge you to go meet with someone who testified under oath before the Judiciary Committee, Sheriff Mark Daniels from Cochise County, who's south of Tucson on the Mexico border, who has testified under oath that it is a direct result of January 20th of 2021 when President Biden adopted open borders policies that the fentanyl that was coming into America skyrocketed. And I don't think it's humane or morally right to see the #1 killer of young people in America at this point being fentanyl poisonings, not overdoses, poisonings. I don't think that's right. Ms. Acer, do you think there's other national parks that, if need be, we continue on the pace that we're at with millions of people coming into America, that we should turn any other national parks into encampments?
Thank you very much, Congress member. Again, I'm not an expert on national parks, but I do think that there are key steps.
I've got a real brief amount of time. Do you support additional national parks? Would you support I have the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore in my district. If we continue to burst at the seams, should we turn that into illegal immigration encampment?
So I love to use national parks too and fully support national parks.
I'm going to close. You're not answering my question. It would be a really easy yes or no. Should we use the national parks for this? I'm going to close, Mr. Chairman, by just saying, America, if you don't know yet, there's a party that refuses to acknowledge what happened. January 20th of 2021. Open borders were declared in America, and this is what we've got. And we hear from the other side, you are not talking about solutions. We gave you a solution. We vetted it. We marked it up in the Judiciary Committee. It's H.R. 2. It secures the border. You can vote for it any time. We gave you a solution. First, we secure the borders. And we could do that in a minute if we want to. Republicans are defending your national parks at this point, ladies and gentlemen. The other side wants to turn them into homeless encampments. And the ranking member here admitted today that the Biden administration has failed. I think that's all we need to know. I yield back.